What's good? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chuck. Thank you for being here. As always, we like to talk about investing in the Pokemon market, and it is getting harder and harder to do. It feels like as time goes on, we're getting priced out of new sets, in my opinion. Destined Rivals reaching $300 a box. So if you're an investor looking to buy product to hold for profit, where do you go? And I think this is affecting my strategy in the short term and in the long term. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing for both, as well as mention kind of where I want to take my collection as well on a personal side. So to get started, in the short term, here's what we're seeing. We have Mega Evolution coming out. The set looks really, really good. We just got more leaks of gold cards, and the gold cards will look really nice. Don't get me wrong, they're gold cards, but Lucario, Gardevoir, if you haven't seen them yet, be sure to check them out on Poke Beach, where everybody gets their news. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of attention drifting over to the Mega Block. We're already seeing Mega Rayquaza is going crazy with the announcement of that set, essentially a little bit unofficial, but Storm and Ralda, I believe is what it's called. So yeah, my investing strategy is changing a little bit. Now, the core of what I stick to, which is strong sets, is going to be the same. But, when you look at things like the Costco, or maybe it's Sam's Club, the Surging Sparks 2-pack bundle coming out, yeah, it's a good deal, but honestly, I'm thinking about storage. I'm thinking about the best sets, and I'm not like super keen to load up on a bunch of Surging Sparks regular ETBs and booster bundles at this time. The set's not even a year old. I might grab one or two, maybe to rip on the stream, or just to kind of stash one or two of them away because it is a good deal. But like, these are things I'm thinking about. I'm being a little bit tighter with my money, and I'm being a little bit more intentional with what I'm buying. So to begin, we'll go through general thoughts here, Scarlet Violet, Sword and Shield, and so on and so forth. But I want to point out specific sets to get the ball rolling. First things first, guys. The best sets outperform mid and bad sets. This is what we know, right? If we go back in time, Unified Minds, Unbroken Bonds, Cosmic Eclipse team up, tag team sets, they're outperforming sets like Celestial Storm, Burning Shadows, Forbidden Light. Just because a box is cheaper doesn't mean that it's necessarily a better investment from an ROI perspective, right? We saw that with Fusion Strike in the last 365 days, up damn near 300%, maybe over, I think, at this point. Compare that to a box that was $100 at the same time. Well, all of a sudden, this box outperformed those. And that's what the theme of today's video is really about. Is continuing to put our money in sets that I believe are less risky, and sets that are really strong, sets that are going to stand the test of time. Because here's the thing, if you're thinking about buying Fusion Strike or Lost Origin, which for the record, I believe both are really good. Let me ask you this. In 5 years, when you look back, $700 versus $500, which box do you think will be gapping away, more likely to have an accelerated price growth? Is it the one with the Gengar, one of the most popular Pokemon? Or is it one with Giratina? Fairly popular Pokemon, exceptional art. Fusion Strike has more in the box, Espeon, Muse, etc. I think it's going to be the box with the Gengars and the Mews in it, because that's what we've seen throughout time. Look at Phantom Forces. What is this box at? Freaking 13 to 16K or something insane? I don't even know. This is what I'm talking about. The strongest sets with the best Pokemon. This is what I'm considering. 12-7 just sold a couple weeks ago. Insane. This is what I'm talking about. Now, I've narrowed down the 3 sets that I think I'm going to be continuing to target in the short and midterm. Long term, maybe my strategy will change. But for now, I still believe Sword and Shield is a really good play, obviously. If you've been on this channel, you already knew where this was going. But I think right now, honestly, Fusion Strike at 729, which, by the way, if you can get it at this price, I feel like that's pretty solid. I think these sellers are legit. Let me double check. But I think the box on eBay is really going closer for 800. Yeah, I mean, sales look pretty good. 730, 13. Of course, I'd want a picture, but it is what it is. Dude, I'm such a believer in Fusion Strike. I know it's had the highest ROI of any set over the past year, but I think for good reason. I think the set has really, really warmed up to the public eye since it was $90 and the scandal happened. Look, the cards are undeniable. The set value is relatively high. Mew, Gengar, Espeon. 3 of the most popular Pokemon in the hobby. For $730, I'm looking to get another one of these. I'm hoping to get one at Collecticon in September. I'm not sure it will still be this price by then. If I had to guess, I bet it won't be. It's already seeing more sales volume recently because, like I mentioned, price consolidates and then big money comes in, they buy. So we're seeing higher volume than initially when it dropped to this price point, which is to be expected. For on the 20th, 1311113. Yeah. So this is healthy sales volume to me, and I don't think we're going to have many opportunities to get boxes at these prices going forward. I'm not sure if that's going to happen in the next few weeks, a month, 2 months, 6 months. But I can almost assure you that this box will be at least $800 by the end of the year. Almost guaranteed. I mean, it might even be closer to 1,000 on the high end. But yeah, Fusion Strike, this is the type of set that I want to be putting my money in. A set that's not going to be reprinted, right? Unlike basically any of these sets in the SV block. Because I know the argument is, well, why would I spend $700 when I can buy a box for $300 because it's easier to double? Well, it's not that it's easier to double, it's that the set is better and has more demand. Look at Evolving Skies. You know, in the same time frame, $400 in December 2024. Or 2023, sorry, January 2024. That was a $400 booster box. Well, it's now going for $2,400. Right? That's a 6x. If I have done my math correctly in my head. That's a very high rate of return, and that's a rate of return that is higher than Silver Tempest, higher than Lost Origin. Right? Let me do my math. 2,400 divided by 400 is 6. Lost Origin currently going for 550. At that time, you could get it for 130. That's a 4.2x return. 4.2x return. Even if you say $100, 550 divided by 100, 5.5. So, you know, I don't know if Evolving Skies is going to continue to double every single year, but I do know it might get close. I mean, if it doubled every year for 10 years, it'd probably be like $1 million. So that's not realistic. But again, the good sets outperform. The good sets outperform. If you compare it to something like Chilling, which I'm personally a fan of, I would genuinely rather have Evolving Skies at $2,000 than Chilling at $400. That is seriously how I feel. Now, will I be wrong? Maybe. But at some point, I'll be right. That's kind of the point I'm making. 3 to 10 years. You know, look at Team Up. I understand it's more scarce. It's harder to compare this era to Sword and Shield, you know, pound for pound. But again, the good sets, the tag team sets are doing things that these other sets will never be able to do. This is a speculative hobby, and the money goes where popularity is. So these are things you need to be thinking about. So Lost Origin, I think, is a tier below Fusion Strike for that reason. And it's only, you know, $200 cheaper. I think Lost Origin will be a good buy. But Fusion Strike is older. It's more in demand. It's a better card set. It's undeniable. And, you know, I would just rather have money in a good set. Evolving Skies, similar story, 2,400. I'm still looking at getting product. Maybe I'm not getting a box anymore at $2,400. You know, if you can still find it closer to 2,000, I think that's a fair price. I'd want this to settle a little bit before making another move on it. But, you know, art sets, ETBs, I still think are all pretty solid. So, you know, that's what I'm thinking of. Lost Origin, Fusion, Evolving. Silver Tempest, 340, 60 bucks. I still think is fine. Brilliant Stars, chilling. Like, these sets will do well. But, like, Battle Styles, I know we say it's $200 and undervalued, and maybe that's true. But you can't deny that the market has decided that Battle Styles is going to be sitting at $212. Yeah, I think it can go up to $400. But again, if you have the capital, I think it's almost always better to get the best set. I would rather have Fusion Strike than Battle Styles. I genuinely believe that. Now, there is some buyout activity at Battle Styles, so this could be an opportunity. I mean, look at the volume here. Pretty interesting. But again, Battle Styles has basically been dead since it came out. You know, it came out in, I think, 2021. I got one. No, I don't even have a box. Sorry, I don't have a box, Battle Styles. I've had opportunities to buy multiple at 100, never did. But if I bought it at 100, you know, this is a $200 box. Same time, if I bought Fusion Strike in August. What's going on with this? All right, well, the data's dead. But yeah, $236 to 700. It's more than a 2x. It's a 3x. So that's my thinking. That's my thinking. And we're seeing that with Sun and Moon as well. The best sets are really making huge moves. You know, I'm really interested in picking up a tag team box. Not team up, but Unified or Unbroken. I think Unified because it has one of my favorite cards of all time. Mega Sableye Tyranitar. Now, are there better investments? Probably, but I don't think there will be that many opportunities to go to Sun and Moon box. Unified Minds is one of my favorite sets. Personally, from a collection standpoint, I think it'd be really cool to own. So that's kind of like my own little flavor, so to speak. But yeah, and then if you go to, I think that covers Sword and Shield, kind of where my thoughts are. Celebrations will continue to go up pretty high at this point. It'll probably be a solid investment. Crown Zenith, I still think is a good play. I think a little bit of attention has moved away from it currently. It's been pretty flat since June. Still a lot of sales volume, still a lot of product out in the market. But, you know, these Moltres 10s are good. Sea and Sky, obviously. Pack plays, right? ETBs are still solid. I think Crown Zenith is just going to keep marching up, and then at some point, attention will turn to it, and there will be big purchases for it. So, yeah, I think that covers Sword and Shield. Scarlet and Violet, basically the same story at this point, but it's a little bit different because obviously it's a lot newer. I am not buying Obsidian. I'm not buying Paldea Evolved for different reasons because this set is really expensive for what's inside of it. I already have 2 boxes. I'm not looking to add a box for $348. I do think it's going to be a top booster box of the era, but it's priced a little high for me to feel comfortable purchasing it when I can get something like 151 or Paladin Fates even. What's interesting about the Scarlet and Violet era is that the special sets are so much better across the board. That it's making me go, you know what? I have 3 boxes of Paradox Rift. I'm good. SV01, pass. Obsidian, pass. Although I do think Obsidian will probably see some activity. I hear rumblings of the Charizard and the Pidgeot PSA 10s, you know, being desired and bought out and all that. You know, expect moves on these old sets, but don't expect anything too crazy is the point I'm trying to make. Whereas 151, you know, has there been a set more printed than this at this point? I mean, probably, but it's up there. And yet the prices continue to stay very stable. Very stable. You know, you can still find bundles for 55, 60 bucks all day long on secondary market. Still insane volume. This is today, right? Probably 20-ish bundles sold on TCG Player, not including eBay or local or anything. 545 in the past week. So there's a lot of buying opportunity. This is what you see. Prices stabilize, volume drops, and then it comes back. 151 turns 2 in September, about the time when Mega Evolutions release. Do I think we'll get some more product at the holidays? Probably. Pretty good chance. Pretty good chance. But I don't know if it's going to be anything significant enough to really like tank the prices at this point. So the train is leaving on 151. I think people expect it to leave in 6 months, and that's probably, if I had to put a date on it, something around there. But the time to buy 151 is yesterday. It really is. You can still find some product at MSRP here and there. It's getting harder to do, but there are drops here and there. But I still think bundles at even market are a fair play, and there will be a lot of appreciation of this set. You know, similar story to Paldean Fates, although, you know, just a tad weaker. But these 3 hits are undeniable, and I believe the Bubble Mew is going to continue to appreciate over the next couple of years. Don't be surprised if this is a $500, $600 card. And in a 10, $1,500, $2,000, I could see that. I think this is the best card of the era. It's my opinion. A lot of people agree, though. And I think there's probably a play to be made on this card in particular, and probably these two as well. But, you know, I'm looking at sealed, but everything is so expensive, we haven't gotten a ton of product. But honestly, a display, is it $760? $700? I actually think that this isn't the worst play ever. If you can get it, probably not at 800. 800 will probably be fine long term. But like 750, if you can find one for that, I think I would consider buying that, honestly, which is insane because that's so expensive. But Paldean Fates is going to age very well. A lot of it's priced in currently, I understand. And it's going to need a little bit more time. So I'm thinking like later this year, I might make a move on Paldean Fates. Of course, if I get anything at MSRP, no brainer. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of this set and really the special sets in general of the SV era. Prismatic, I still think Prismatic is fantastic at MSRP. And if you haven't had opportunities to get any at this point, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if you've been trying hard enough. And I'm not trying to be mean, but... Or maybe you're busy. I get it. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. It shouldn't be this way. I get it. Maybe I retract that slightly, but I've had plenty of opportunities to get this sitting on my ass at MSRP. I'm not buying this at market price. 110 bucks, I'm good. I'm good. 105, nope. But MSRP, I will buy as long as I have the opportunity to do so. I have about 80 TBs of this. Prismatic will do very well in the future. I'm confident that it will be a fantastic investment. Now they're going to print the shit out of it. But honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they printed, you know, Hidden Fates 151 similarly. You know, Prismatic is being ripped like crazy as well. That's kind of the difference in this market. And that's keeping prices pretty high. Set value is going to come down. It will remain high because the pull rates are so bad, but it will do very well in the future. So this is pretty much what I'm buying. And I'm buying some Black Bolt White Flare if I get opportunities at MSRP, mostly to open, maybe open on the channel, maybe do some giveaways. But I wouldn't consider that like investments. I would just consider that like enjoying a new set, enjoying the generation, one of my favorite generations, and maybe giving back a little bit. So be on the lookout for a giveaway at some point. Destined Rivals, I'm not buying boxes. I am buying some at MSRP to open, not boxes, but like 3-pack blisters, things like that, you know. I don't see much taking this down in the future. They would have for booster boxes. They would have to print it quite heavily. I mean, the demand will be there. And I could see it being flat for a while, maybe taking a dip, but will this box go to MSRP? I just don't think so. I don't think so. And it's a shame. because it's just bad timing for the set. If it came out early in the SV block, we all could have loaded up on it, but it is what it is, man. It's crazy. So this is what I'm thinking about. This is kind of my plan. You know, good sets at good deals at card shows, and just maybe chilling a little bit, taking my foot off the gas somewhat, enjoying the time that we have here, making content, communicating with you guys. Discord coming soon. As always, live streams on Sundays. If you like the channel, consider dropping a like. Definitely leave a comment below. I want to hear your plans as well about your kind of short and midterm investing strategy and long term. Sun and Moon, XY, SV, Sword and Shield. Let me know. I want to hear, and your Mega Block plans. So, guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I will see you very soon. On Friday, we're going to do a July haul video. Looking forward to it. So, peace.